Now let's review this figure 21-25 in Stallcup's Electrical Design Book, Volume 2. And we're dealing with motors here. And we're dealing with these motors with the requirements for motors and generators in accordance with 501.125A and B. Now, the motor rules for a Class 1 Division 1 location is, first of all, the enclosure that encloses the motors cannot exceed 80% of the ignition temperature of the gas or vapor. Overheating must be prevented by some method. Overloads will be used that will disconnect the motor under certain conditions. Explosion-proof enclosures or purged and pressurized enclosures, must be used. And we prevent overheating the surface temperature beyond the ignition temperature of the gas or vapor. Now, explosion-proof motors are identified and their use in 501.125A. Now, motors used in a Class 1 Division 2 location, the main thing there is that you have to take care of the contacts. Any contacts involved can arc or spark. Heat cannot develop beyond the ignition temperature of the gas or vapor. So in Class 1 Division 2, yes, you can use explosion-proof enclosures, purged and pressurized enclosures, or you can use totally enclosed non-ventilating type motors as long as there's not any sparking contacts involved. It'd be motors without such devices. Now, if you're using purged and pressurized motors, we want to go over to NFPA 496 and start with 4.11. And, we start designing the requirements that are needed to use such an enclosure. Now notice, if it's a Class 1 Division 1 motor, you have to sweep that enclosure out 10 volumes of air, sweep it out real good and purge it, and then hit it with the pressure and pressurize it. And then the motor can come on, start, accelerate, and drive the driven load. Now, basically, that's just exactly what this figure 21-25, is illustrating. Requirements for motors and generators in accordance with 501.125A and B and the NEC.